So you're moving to Charleston and you just don't know where to live. You know you want to be close to the Charleston Peninsula and the beaches, but the prices in Mount Pleasant and James Island have you bummed out. Never fear, there's a special suburb out there that mixes proximity to Charleston with an affordable price point. Hey, what's up y'all? It's Shawn, your Charleston realtor. Today we're going to discuss the West Ashley district of Charleston, South Carolina. I personally live in West Ashley, so I can vouch for the area. It's a great place to be, and despite what they say, traffic isn't too bad. In this video, I want to discuss everything West Ashley, from the fantastic locations to the traffic patterns and everything in between. We'll also chat about real estate and rental prices so you can make the most informed decision possible. First, if you don't mind, if you think this video provided value to you, it would mean so much if you could like and subscribe. So let's get to it. Did you know West Ashley isn't actually a city? It's just the district of Charleston that is west of the Ashley River, hence the name. In other words, it's defined by its location, not the local government. This area accounts for over half of the city of Charleston's 120,000 residents though. It is a vibrant suburb that has plenty of shopping, restaurants, and activities. Stephen Colbert actually went to school in West Ashley, and Darius Rucker grew up here. Fun fact. Let's talk about the area's growth though. It started developing in the 1950s and 1960s, but it didn't really take off until the 70s and 80s when I-526 and Sam Renberg Boulevard were completed. Charleston's population was continuing to grow, and as space got more limited on the peninsula, the natural progression was westward. And that westward expansion is still continuing.
It's manifest destiny. You can't fight it, neither can I.
So let's chat briefly about public schools. West Ashley falls within Charleston County School District, but it has its own constituent district. I want to point out that West Ashley is the only area of the Charleston Metro that does not have the traditional K-12 pipeline for public schools. The real confusion happens around the middle schools, where 6th graders are split out into a separate campus, but I'll talk about that here in a bit. There are 2 public charter schools and a handful of private schools, but I really just want to touch on the traditional public schools. So as far as primary education goes, there are 7 public elementary schools. Now, Drayton Hall, Ashley River Creative Arts, and the Montessori Community School of Charleston have well above average metrics according to GreatSchools.com. St. Andrew School of Math and Science as well as Oakland fall somewhere near the state average, while Stono Park and Springfield fall below the state average. When it comes to middle schools, there is only C.E. Williams Middle School, but like I mentioned, there's 2 campuses. 6th graders go to the North Campus, while 7th and 8th graders go to the South Campus. This has caused a lot of controversy over the past couple of years, and it's actually caused some parents to send their kids to North Charleston or Johns Island in order to get that more traditional 3-year school experience. However, it appears that the overwhelming majority of parents like the split model of the middle schools, and the school district's actually replacing that 6th grade campus with a new building by 2025. As far as high school goes, there's only West Ashley High School, which is considered an above average school according to GreatSchools.com. Right next to West Ashley High School is the West Ashley Center for Advanced Studies, or CAST for short, which takes students from 3 surrounding high schools to study coursework in either the trades or in other college curriculum. So what makes West Ashley one of the most sought after suburbs in the entirety of Charleston? Well, for one, it's a pretty established and has a ton of commercial zoning, meaning there's a vibrant business district. There's plenty of things to do within 5 to 15 minute drive of most neighborhoods. There's plenty of restaurants and bars to choose from, plus an abundance of grocery stores, banks, and other stores. If you're shopping for a car in Charleston, you'll probably end up on Savannah Highway. You want to go to the beach? It's a 20-minute drive. You want to go to Charleston itself? Probably another 10 to 15 minutes. The proximity cannot be beat. West Ashley has some pretty cool features too. The Greenway is a 10-mile walking and bike path that runs almost the entire length of West Ashley. Part of it's paved, but most of it's packed gravel. It's absolutely gorgeous, and no mile is the same from the previous one. It runs through woods, wetlands, suburban neighborhoods, and a couple of fields. Now, Magnolia Plantation and Gardens is also in West Ashley. It has some stunning walking paths and scenery. There's gardens and flowers and plants of every kind, lush open fields, and a historic plantation home. As of 2023, the entry fee is $30 per person, but it's well worth it in my opinion. Many locals, and my wife included, have the annual pass, which pays for itself just after a couple of visits. Now, if you're visiting Charleston, or if you live here yourself and you're looking for a cool place to take your visiting family, you need to check out Charlestown Landing. It's a state historic site with a ton of history and walking paths. If you're interested in learning about Charleston's past dating back to the 1600s, then going here is a must. In 2023, the entry fee was $12 per person. You can spend hours here just walking through the replica historical buildings, cannon batteries, and even a replica sailing ship. Like all areas of Charleston, the population growth in West Ashley has been incredible. More and more people move here every day. The downside is that the roads haven't exactly kept up, so traffic can get pretty bad. The bright side is that there are some major highways to alleviate some of this, but depending on the time of day or whether or not school's in session, traffic can get awful. Now, this stretch of Highway 61 called Ashley River Road has some of the worst traffic out there. It's a 2-lane road with multiple lights and intersections. Now, the road itself is gorgeous with it overhanging live oak trees, but it can get pretty bad. Also, Highway 17 east of I-526 is pretty bad during morning rush hour when you're going eastbound, and evening west hour going westbound. Lastly, take a look at this intersection down here at Highway 17 and Main Road. Now, Main Road is the primary road to get to Johns Island. This intersection is hands down the absolute worst in the entirety of the Charleston Metro. And you're not changing my mind on this one. This intersection has actually dissuaded some of my clients from even considering living on Johns Island. So let's transition to real estate. I described West Ashley as like the Wild West of real estate zoning and neighborhoods. Take a look at this map. Every part of land you see with those red outlines is a neighborhood that hasn't been formally incorporated into Charleston City. They instead fall within the county jurisdiction. It's interesting, one side of the street might be part of Charleston City and the other is not. Charleston County has lower taxes than if you were to be incorporated into Charleston City, but you're paying more in utilities. The county has a more lax zoning laws and you're dealing with less bureaucracy, which is why some of these neighborhoods have refused to be annexed in the first place. Now there's really two sides of West Ashley, regardless of incorporation. That is east of I-526 and west of 526. East of I-526 is defined by some older neighborhoods. As a rule of thumb, the further east you go, the more expensive the home, just because the proximity to the beach and to the Charleston Peninsula. On the flip side, you get more bang for your buck the further west you go. As of 2023, the median sales price of single-family detached homes in West Ashley was $479,000, with an average sales price of $533,000. For townhomes and condos, it's a lot less, with a median sales price of $311,000 and an average sales price of $329,000. I want to emphasize that these numbers are very neighborhood dependent. You can land a $500,000 condo and also a single-family home that's 5 times bigger for the same price. It's all about location. So where are people moving to? Well, there's dozens of established neighborhoods in West Ashley, but here are some of the major ones. If you're thinking about being in the heart of West Ashley, then the Avondale and the surrounding neighborhoods might be best for you. You're so close to some of the best restaurants in the area and a couple minutes away from the Charleston Peninsula. Prices start in the 600s here and can reach as much as $2 million for some new construction. If you're looking for a more affordable option, but with the same great location as Avondale, then the neighboring Burns Down subdivision might be for you. Homes here tend to be from the 50s and the 60s, but at a much lower price point than Avondale. Now, Ashley Hall has older established homes. You're mostly looking at brick ranch homes here in the 400 plus price point. Ashley Hall is a good middle ground between the two sides of West Ashley. It's an ideal location just off of Sam Rindenberg Boulevard, so you might find it's easier to get around from this neighborhood. Going further west, you have a big conglomerate of neighborhoods called Long Branch, Shaftesbury, and Melrose. These neighborhoods are just off of Highway 17 and pretty close to I-526. You're mostly looking at brick ranch homes in the 300s and the 400s here, though I have seen some homes go for much higher. Now about 2 miles west is Carolina Bay, which is a huge development of relatively new construction homes. In fact, Pulte is adding a new phase of homes to this neighborhood in 2024. The price point is in the high 400s, 500s, and the 600s. If you explore this area, you might find yourself on Conservancy Lane, which is the longest single stretch of residential homes in West Ashley. Carolina Bay is deceptively big. Right next to Carolina Bay is Bolton's Landing. Prices are similar to Carolina Bay in the 400s and the 500s, and the homes are relatively newer. You'll find that some of the homes in Bolton's Landing have more character than the spec homes you'll see elsewhere. Now you see this road that runs southwest? It's called Bees Ferry, and there are some massive neighborhoods just to the west of it. The major ones you'll see are Shadow Moss, Grand Oaks, Grand Bees, and Hunt Club. Now Shadow Moss is the oldest one of these neighborhoods and is the only one to have those older style homes. It's actually a golf course community, so that despite it being a lot of older homes, there's still a homeowners association. Grand Oaks is just to the south of it. Many of these homes were built in the early 2000s, so it's definitely a newer community with a lot of amenities. Many people love the feel of Grand Oaks. It's a newer neighborhood, but it's also very much established and in close proximity to groceries and restaurants in the commercial center that's right next to it. Now Grand Bees is the newest neighborhood out here. Lennar just finished up this last phase of homes in 2022. As of 2023, this is the cheapest neighborhood if you're looking for a newer style home in a large development. There are some great amenities here, and some are even shared between Grand Oaks. Now, of course, there are plenty of other homes and neighborhoods out here. I just skimmed over the surface of what West Ashley has to offer. If you think I left something out, be sure to let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next video.